On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop. Touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he'll bring it up here. Looking long for Thomas. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And again, looking left sideline, incomplete. Got some space here. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 45 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Dalton operating in the red zone now. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run it.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there. It's second down. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. This will be caught by Brown. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Play action. Here's Hurts. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to have it here just past the 25. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime with just the lone. Sorry, Coach. We'll catch up with you after the game. We're going to skip through halftime here and headed back to the field for the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. And the Saints set to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
From the 31, Dalton. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly for 9. They look to throw on third with Dalton. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll pound it up the middle with Camaro. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. So Dalton now. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because all their halftime talk and some points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception.
1st and 10.
Hey, check that, street. Ready?
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Made his way back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. He has just been completely taken out of this game. In the 4th quarter, he's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw in that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
Head the street, head the street. Go check, go check. Ready, ready.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Another run here with Sanders. Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Hurts. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not got too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And some room to roam now. And he'll manage maybe 10 yards, but they'll surrender that defensively, no problem. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now Dalton. Going deep here for Landry. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Conditions only going to get worse as we get back to football here to start this overtime. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Passing, it's Dalton. Thomas has got it, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And it'll be Dalton again. The pass caught by Olave. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
First down, Saints.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Dalton. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. A 10th carry for Kamara. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. 3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. Here's Dalton. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the